What's up, guys? Recapping my trades for the day, Monday, August 24th. We're going to start with DXST. We took no trades on this stock. It did break this descending resistance trend line here in the morning around 6:59. However, I don't normally trade before 7 a.m., mostly because I need some time to center myself when I sit down in the morning. I found in the past that sometimes when I sat down in the morning, if I wasn't fully prepared and fully ready to trade, I would end up FOMOing and jumping into trades that I shouldn't be. So I had always made it a rule not to trade before 7 a.m. Although this may have worked, I was sitting down right around the time that this started moving. So no FOMOing in. It was already up near high of day here. And when it pulled back a little bit too far. We didn't take any trades on this. Had a big red candle when it pulled back. Didn't really like that. It was a Chinese stock with no news. So we were going to wait for something fresh. S dot also moved. It had some nice action here with this curling pattern. Did a micro pullback. And it also did a bull flag pattern after it broke through high of day and continued higher. But it was a bit too expensive for me. Didn't really want to get smoked on the spreads. Considering the red week we had last week, I wanted to be very careful today and break that red streak. So no trades on that. DCTX also came out with a quick squeeze. It was a little bit too choppy for me though. By the time I got any volume, it had a lot of topping tails, so I can really trust it. Moved up to 550 and then rejected. BTCT, I noticed, also broke this descending resistance trend line and moved higher. But it was a bit too cheap for my liking. And by the time I realized that it had broken that descending resistance trend line, it was already a little bit extended. Just a grindy stock, very thickly traded. So no interest in that in the morning. And then our opportunity for the day was XPON. This was a stock that I think everyone was watching today because it made 150% to a 200% move in the morning. I did take one trade on this. It was just a small 10-cent scalp. But when I did the VOD review, I think that there were a lot more opportunities for me to take positions on this, but I was just a little bit gun shy from last week. That I really didn't want to mess up my first day of the week and continue the red streak. It was very important to me. But that could be a little bit of fear of loss talking. There was a lot of opportunity here today. XPON popped up, pulled back, formed a big topping tail candle with a high volume selling, and it ended up coming back up to the highs and holding up. I think the first opportunity on XPON was on this micro pullback right here. It formed a bull flag pattern near that 490 level, which is the high of that previous daily candle, and very close to the high of this topping tail candle. The 1 minute volume exceeded the previous spread candle, so we have increasing volume, which is great. And right here would have been the time to buy for that squeeze through 5. It squeezed all the way up to 540 or so, and then it pulled back again. This time, when I realized that the stock was moving, I was looking to take a position potentially for the hold of 5, but it broke down 5 with a big whip and formed a spinning top candle in the 10 seconds. So I hesitated on this buy as well. But it breaks through 550 and goes all the way to 6. It pulls back and forms another kind of spinning top candle on the 1 minute chart. I'm thinking that this is kind of a little bit whippy. It's making me nervous as it's pushing up. So when it breaks high of day there, I don't take a position either because I'm thinking that it could reject. Eventually we get our 1 minute pullback. I don't take the first bull flag because we're really extended off of the 9 EMA and short sellers have been pretty aggressive off of these patterns when they're extended off the 9 EMA recently. It holds up. MACD crosses negative here, so I'm thinking that maybe the stock needs more time to consolidate because we're really extended off the 9 EMA on the 5. I look away, and right around here we form a hammer off of the 9 EMA, and we break back through high of day through that flat top on the 5-minute, while MACD is negative. I didn't take a position here because MACD was negative. In hindsight, maybe it would have been a good idea to take for the break of 670. I was fast enough. There was an opportunity there if you look at the level 2 to buy around 670. Right when it pops up with a lot of volume, buy right there at 670 as it breaks your high of day, and it goes up to $7, and you can scalp out a little bit as it pulls back, add back as it holds high of day. Right here would have been an okay spot to add as well. After it holds high of day, it continues higher all the way up to 750. Now right here was my position that I took on the day. On the 1 minute, we're forming a micro pullback, a 1 minute micro pullback with 5 seconds left. Low is 722. So I was thinking that I could take a position here for the breakthrough 750 and the squeeze up to 8. I thought this thing is really strong. It's probably going to continue squeezing. So take a position there. Top is the low of the 1 minute candle. It pops up to 780. And I thought that it was going to squeeze up to 8 with more power. So I thought maybe we're getting a little bit exhausted here. And we pull back. I take a little bit of profit, but right as I took profit, it pulled back to 750. So I end up getting out my first take profit with only a 10-cent profit. And then because it pulled all the way back to 750 from 780, I decided to get out the rest because I thought maybe this just needs to do an extended pullback. It didn't move to 8. That's fine. We'll wait for it to pull back. It pulls back to here. And I think that this was another spot where I should have taken a position. We have higher volume buying than selling. We pull back, hold that 723 level, which is the low of the previous 1 minute candle. And right here would be a buy for first 1 minute candle to make a new high around 750. And it pops up back to the previous high of day and breaks through. There was also another opportunity right here, I think, for this 10-second cup and handle right at high of day as it bounces off that level and then gets bought up off of 760. Breaks through, goes all the way to 9. Does another micro pullback. But at this point, I'm thinking we're a little bit too extended. It needs more time to consolidate. It ends up doing a consolidation, and it curls back up there and pops through 9. But right here, once again, MACD is negative, so I don't take any positions as it squeezes through. I was thinking that maybe we would do an ABCD pattern on the 1 minute. So there was 1 minute left to this 5-minute candle close. So I thought that if it could consolidate right under high of day, and MACD is close to curling positive, and we close with maybe a doji or a green candle here, that would be the time for it to go. But it goes a little bit early while MACD is still negative. I don't take any positions on it. Could have also taken, once again, this micro pullback as it holds the previous high of day, and it squeezes up to $10. And at that point, that's high of day. So if we go back to the chart here, we can see how many opportunities I missed, which is not very good. We missed this pullback here. We technically missed this pullback here, although it was a little bit sketchy because of that spinning top candle. So that's 2. Technically, this was a 1 minute micro pullback as well for the breakthrough $6, which moved all the way up to $6.50. That's 3. We consolidated, kind of did an extended ABCD pattern almost, but you could have considered this a 5-minute pullback, so that's 4. We did another pullback right here, which is 5. And then we did another 5-minute pullback right here, which is 6. So quite a few missed opportunities on the way up. We only took one of them, got a 10-cent scalp out of it. But as we talked about yesterday, we really can't afford to be missing these opportunities. We need to take advantage of them when they pop up, because last week we didn't really have too many fresh moves that held up like this. And I was trading curling patterns all last week, and I was getting chopped out of them. So when we have these fresh opportunities present themselves that prove to be strong, I need to be willing to take a little bit more risk and jump in as it's moving higher with strength on these fresh moves. So unfortunately, we didn't do that today, but on the positive side, we did lock up a small $5 green day to break the streak from last week, which is, it's good, but what I need to do if I want to become a consistent trader is to not let the previous outcomes affect my decision making in the moment. I need to get to a point in trading where I'm just taking opportunities as they present themselves. So I need to know exactly what I'm looking for, and I need to know when to strike. I need to know exactly when to pull the trigger. And most of the time on a lot of these opportunities here, I mean, there wasn't very much reason for me not to strike other than MACD and some of these pullbacks. So once again, I mean, I have the missed opportunities list pulled up on the side to remind me not to hesitate when the opportunities are presented to me. I just need to keep working on that and keep working on not letting my fear of loss affect me when I need to take advantage of these opportunities. That's all for my recap today. It was really XPON was the main opportunity, and although it's just a $5 green day, I'm glad to break the streak of red, and we're going to continue focusing on fresh moves next week and continuing to learn how to trade these wedge patterns. I'll be back at it again tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Time as per usual, but until then, take care, stay green, and I'll see you next time.